A very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST weekly news roundup only on West Nile Television, where we give you the highlights of the news bulletins of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Ukumaringa Christine. Let's see what happened in the world of the news this week. The leaders and stakeholders in Noya district are worried about the deterring numbers of boy-girl children being enrolled in the district, which is also being witnessed in the completion rate of the primary living examination. According to these leaders, most of this is attributed to a high level of attention being put on the retention of the girl child to their counterpart, boy child. Take a look.
The enrollment and retention rate of boy child in Noya district is worrying leaders and the stakeholders.
When you see here, in 2022 we have 1,529, but now in 2023 we have this, which is what is bothering us. Why is the population of the boy child going down? But when you compare, in 2022 we registered 1,553, okay? But now in 2023 it is increasing, okay? So it means there is something here.
According to Philip Oriama, the acting district education officer, for the last 2 years, the district have been experiencing significant drop in the number of boys enrolling in primary schools across the district.
Now gone 2 consecutive years that the girls are more than the boy child, which has always been that the boys were more than the girl child. So we see this as coming, as the decrease is coming, as the results that I think we see there are a lot of initiatives supporting the girl child, which is very good. We need to retain it. But the community where we live is an inclusive community where the male, female live in the same environment.
Abe Lona Lydia, one of the district staff who sat for her primary living examination at St. Kizito Bidadi, one of the rural schools in the district, admit witnessing the participation of boys during classwork going down given the harsh education environment in the rural schools.
Because I was in the village and no one can bother to take us there or get us books to read. But I was reading my books for P4 and others I can borrow for P5, and I was reading them.
This is a concern that is being witnessed even at national level. In the last primary living examination of 2023, over 357,755 boys sat for their primary living examination, compared to 391,499 girls.
Because when you go to the drinking places, you go to the streets, most of the boys now have involved themselves in drinking and doing unnecessary things, simply because otherwise they've lost hope. They see that they are not valued.
Catherine Taban, a retired teacher, urges all the stakeholders to jointly ensure that all the school-going age children must be in school, and parents must have an extra role in monitoring their boy child while they are at home.
The girl child is always home with the mother, but some boys, when they come home, they just say they go away. And parents, I think, take less time to monitor the boys than the girls. And when a girl is at home, I will say, where has she gone? Where has she gone? I have become more attentive to the girl and leaving the boy. That boy has gone, the boy will come home. That is also bad. So we should have the same attention to all the girls and the boys.
This made the district leaders to call upon development partners to redirect their attention to be inclusive enough and start including boys in their program supporting girl child in the district.
Whereas we think to support the girl child who are more vulnerable, we also still want to ask Total to also at an appropriate time when resources are available, you think to bring the boy child also on board.
Total Energy have been supporting the education sector in the district since 2013, and over 250 students have been supported to complete their secondary school. Being an oil exploration company operating in the district of Noya and Bulisa district as part of their corporate social responsibility.
As stakeholders in education, what can we do as parents, as partners, as district leaders, as the learners themselves and the teachers? We still have a lot to do to ensure that the quality of our education or PLE results improves. Because we can't, quantity is one thing, but the quality also matters.
Since 2015, Total Energy, E&P, through its corporate social responsibility, has been sponsoring girls in Telenga oil project in the district of Noya and Bulisa. The program involves paying 10 bright girls who sit the primary living examination from the district for all their years in O-level, shooting the number of girls learners above the boys. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more now stories this evening. Pakwach District has commissioned 11 tractors to the lower local governments as this initiative aims to boost both the commercial and subsistence farming activities across the district. Among the tractors, there were 10 handheld walking tractors and a 75 horsepower tractor. Alfred Jawok reports.
Among the tractors, there are 10 handheld walking tractors and a 75 horsepower tractor. The distribution strategy involves allocating the 10 walking tractors to the most exemplary local farmers groups in each lower local government area, while the larger 75 horsepower tractor is entrusted to the Abongo Women's Group, recognized as the largest producer of cassava in Pakwach District. Omito Robert Steen, the district chairperson Pakwach District, highlights the superior effectiveness of walking tractors compared to traditional ox plows, boasting an efficiency rate surpassing 80% over rudimentary farming methods. He envisions this initiative as a catalyst for advancing commercial farming practices as enshrined in the NRA manifesto. According to Omito, despite receiving the tractors from government, it should also intervene to solve the matter of Palango land which affecting Jonam people.
With a very bleeding tears, call for the president intervention on Palango land matter, because the people, the land grabbers are so powerful that the ordinary Jonam people cannot manage. The last that I am expanding on.
Paul Esero, the resident district commissioner Pakwach District, underscores the tractors' pivotal role in supporting the parish development model PDM, particularly in bolstering the pillars of production, storage, processing, and marketing.
Here, in the month of November, the government of Uganda, through His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, gave Pakwach District 10 walking tractors and 1 big tractor. And this is as a result of the past tractors which were given to Pakwach District. And from our records, we have realized that there is some improvement, especially in crop production, because of the ease of mechanization now. So these additional tractors, we really feel that if they are also properly put into proper use, they can transform the lives of our people, especially they are going to come to support Pillar 1 of the parish development model, which is about production, storage, processing, and marketing.
About 2 years ago, the government donated 2 tractors for cooperatives of the Panyimur and Wildlife Paqueño clusters, which have boosted commercial farming in the areas. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more now stories this evening. Landowners and other stakeholders have been called upon to work together in implementing the physical development plan of Arua City. This, according to experts, is the way to go in attaining sustainable development of the city and the region. Take a look.
With Arua City population standing at 309,052 as of 2014 National Population Census report, this is also expected to shoot up in the forthcoming census exercise slated for May this year. The increase in population comes with its positive and negative implications on the available resources, and to avoid the negative implications, experts under the Physical Planning Board are advising for proper planning to ensure sustainable development of the city. This call was made on the 19th of February 2024 during a sensitization meeting between the city leadership and the National Physical Planning Board members at the City Council Hall in Arua City. Amanda Ngabirano, the National Physical Planning Board chairperson, says for the city to attain a sustainable development, there is need for proper planning in areas of land usage.
We are supposed to guide developments in terms of land use management, land use planning, because this is very important for good development and also for the future. You know, sometimes we tell people this is not just about academics, it's not just kajanja. It is the truth that if land is not planned for, it is going to be wasted, and we are going to also misuse it. We are going to misuse it, and we shall not benefit, and its value will also not be as what it is.
Atiku Bernard, the chairperson of the Arua City Land Board Committee, stressed the challenge of lack of political will among some politicians who mobilized their subjects against the physical development plan process.
There was some element of ignorance and illiteracy, particularly among some of our political leaders. As the TC said, I almost fell a victim in one of the dissemination meetings because somebody had misinformed their supporters that the city development plan or the planning process is meant to come and take people's land. And indeed, that narrative is still alive in our communities.
However, for changing mindset of the local people, His Worship Ward Sam Nyakwa, the mayor of Arua City, says that plans are already underway to sensitize the masses.
So starting from the week after next one, we are going to embark on a series of barazas. We have got a plan with the office of RCC, town clerk. These barazas are not expensive. The only money we need is to take ourselves there, because most of my barazas will do them on empty stomach. So we are going to, among other things, talk about this. So the fiscal plan is a good thing. It helps people, even when they want to buy land, you know what you are buying.
Musa Lomo, the city statistician, stressed the challenge of resource allocation to the entity which is affecting the operations.
So as in planning, projects and grants department, that's where we do budgeting and these other things. We have found it very difficult that means of public service, as real as is saying, physical planning in the department, but means of finance still doesn't recognize it as a department. So we have substantive city physical planners, much as for us as a Arua City we don't have, but other cities have. So you find it that still this substantive city physical planner is still under the natural city, the city natural resource officer. So we have some contradiction.
However, Obiga Mario Kania, the State Minister for Lands and Urban Development, says that the need for the implementation of the physical plan of the city is inevitable.
And I don't see why we should not have physical plans now. When you look at our towns and cities now, what we are calling cities now, very well, the Europeans who did not come to stay here for too long had plans for them. Look here in Arua, there are areas you call junior quarter. Why do you think it was a junior quarter? But even in that junior quarter, where the houses will be built, where the toilets should be, where the roads coming from those will be, were marked. And mark my word, they were marked.
Arua City recently had its physical development plan approved by the National Physical Planning Board, as it now awaits implementation. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories this evening, Zombo District Leadership has commissioned a Class B Toyota Land Cruiser ambulance with the registration number UG 8154M donated by the Ministry of Health under the Emergency Medical Services. Alfred Jawok reports.
The ambulance was commissioned at Paidel Center 3, where it will be stationed for Okoro constituency. Mark Bwamali Boni, the district health officer Zombo District, notes that some staff will be selected to undergo training under Arua Regional Referral Hospital to manage the ambulance, adding that the services are free of charge.
This ambulance is for Okoro County, and the PS Minister of Health has directed that the ambulance be stationed at Paida Health Center 3. Unless any other changes will take place. That's why we are doing the commissioning here today. And the ambulance will remain here. We'll move with it out and park it here. And the boundary of Okoro County, you know it very well. But for the purpose of managing our district, now that is the only one available, we shouldn't say that should not cross Zombo. Are we together? If you see, even if it is written Okoro County, and you see it in Alange, it means it is serving Zombo district. As we wait for the other second ambulance, it is for all of us, and that's why I want to manage. But for the purpose of management, it is going to be here. So I would want to implore the leadership of the town council to help the district leadership to make sure that we keep an eye on the ambulance. Because the chairman will be up there in the district, the chairman will be at home, but it is the responsibility of the leadership of the town council to see to it that the mirrors are not removed, whatever is on the ambulance remains safe.
The local council 5 chairperson Zombo District James Uyulurunam commends government for the initiative before calling upon community to embrace the new ambulance.
All is positive, things are working within, and we are ready to push and give political backup to ensure that we raise this place to Health Center 4. And also we have requested for more recruitment. Dear show you have sent, I don't know whether you have received the feedback. We are waiting for the feedback. We have some wage to recruit more staff. About 27 health staff. So once we achieve that, I believe everything will be successful. Because we have the 2 health center, 2 to be lifted to Health Center 3. That is Oteko in Kweta Sub-County and Amonyo in Ata Sub-County.
The resident district commissioner Zombo District, retired Lieutenant Colonel Pius Letema, has tasked officials taking charge of the ambulance to extensively maintain it before warning them of diverting it for other unlawful services.
Really express our gratitude for all that has been done to ensure that our people get the services required, and 2, government is fulfilling its manifesto in ensuring that services are delivered to the people through the services of ambulance. So we are very confident, although the ambulance will be stationed here, by the nature of the staff I'm seeing, I am very confident that this ambulance will be well used.
The district leadership revealed that the ambulance for Ora constituency is expected in April from the Health Ministry. Paidel Center 3 serves a total population of 171 patients daily, has
And more in our stories this evening. The UPDF Army has beefed up security deployment in Upper Township following a fresh attack on the populace. Armed men wielding pangas, bows and arrows and spears between Friday and Monday raided the villages of Gorobi, Kalakat and Kamdini and burnt over 300 huts. 2 people from the Acholi community were reportedly injured, while 2 other Madi-speaking natives from Ajimani district also lost their lives. The local authorities say over 4,000 people from the affected areas have fled their homes and pitched camp in Wiyo Trading Center, which is some kilometers away from the affected areas. Stephen Okello reports.
Ashan Kato, the 4th Division Army spokesperson, confirmed the attack on Tuesday, saying the security deployment in the area has been beefed up to avert further attack, adding that a joint investigation into the matter is being conducted by police and the army.
So we have made some reinforcements in the area of northwards of Pabo to beef up on the security in the affected area, to monitor the situation and to possibly avert any further violence and to restore normalcy and calmness. As the APDF, we appeal to both communities to cease the violence in those general areas.
The reason behind attack are still under investigation, but the army believe that it has been perpetrated from ownership claim of the area, which is contested by the Madi of Ajumani and Acholi community of Amur district, respectively.
We handed over to police and they are in Ajumani. So far investigation is ongoing to ensure that arrests are made.
Earlier this month, General Charles Otemawany, the commander of the UPDF Reserve Force, called for calm as investigation into the ownership claim of the area is conducted. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, residents in the vicinity of Tidware village, Padot sub-county, Nebi district are expressing distress over the unnecessary habits of truck drivers that are persistently engaged in causing accidents to both pedestrians and cyclists. This follows a fatal accident where a 15-year-old girl was killed by a Sino truck with registration number UBB 121K at Achwera Trading Center while turning to the quarry site. Alfred Jawok has more.
The residents claim that these truck drivers have persistently engaged in causing accidents to both pedestrians and cyclists. This follows a fatal accident where a 15-year-old girl was killed by a Sino truck registration number UBB 121K at Achwera Trading Center, Nebi District, while turning to a quarry site. The deceased was on a motorcycle going to receive treatment at Nebi General Hospital. Patrick Okello, the father to the deceased, narrated how he came to learn about the demise of his daughter. Okello father said the truck driver who is at large, after knocking the deceased, he made a reverse gear to completely kill his daughter. Xavier Opakrot, an eyewitness, said he heard the sound of a storming vehicle and later realized that there was an accident. He added that after the accident, the driver drove directly to Agua police post where the car is parked pending investigations. Meanwhile, Alishama Oshan Boni, the chairperson LC1 Tidwell village where the incident happened, confirmed about the incident, describing it as unfortunate as the deceased died at a younger age.
So, Rama motocar cha kubebe pega magami diso misap county mame parwot be police ka gring ni big nano ginwan komeja so gam go si ni police ni gam bi ruti ngero ko ente na nya ka gibe shedo inebi motocar cha be palo be roki ka ni kware ka gam kidisha ka be gam be got very bagwe.
The Chinese company for long faced criticism from the local community for their perceived failure to complete the works on the road, particularly for pedestrians and cyclists who frequently find themselves engaged in accident within the area. The proposed solution seeks to not only mitigate accidents, but also enhance safety measures for the safety of community along Pakwach-Nebi Highway. Reports from police indicate that the body has been conveyed to Nebi General Hospital for post-mortem. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. Parents in Matrele Sel, Kana Ward, Paida Town Council, Zombo District have accused the head teacher of Kana Primary School, Victor Kura, for embezzling the school capitation grant after it was revealed that no annual general meeting has been held since he was posted to the school 4 years ago. Alfred Jawok reports more.
During an emergency meeting held today morning at the school, Francis Kwaimongo, the chairperson of all boys and girls of the school, said the head teacher has become a burden to the community since he doesn't want anyone to talk about his behaviors. He blames the leadership of the district for not taking actions to post for them another head teacher. According to Kwaimongo, last week parents stormed the office of D.O. Zombo. They wanted to lock up the head teacher in his office.
The D.O. at least he has to give us very many male teachers and a good headmaster who is not even going to retirement, somebody who is willing to work and has energy and has a lot of potentials. Since I started here, I joined P1 in 1998. We were sitting on the floor, but I still want up to date. This is now almost getting to 30 years. Even my child who is even sitting on the floor. I don't know what the government is thinking. My appeal to by the town council, like Secretary of Social Service, they have to give us some priorities of giving us desk, and we have even a problem of toilets. As I talk now, there is no toilet which is working. Like the female in the female part, their toilets even not there. They're using for the ones of the neighbors around here. So my appeal to the government, they has to look for something better for the betterment of our school, because we are dying here. One, because of the corruption of the headmaster, is too much corrupt. That's why we have called for this meeting. Otherwise, had it not been because of the intervention of the DO, the school would have been closed since the beginning of this term. So we are appealing to the government to look for better budget for us. We are seeing the progress in other schools within our district. What about us? Why are we ignored out?
Meanwhile, George Ukelo, the chairperson local council 1, where the school is located, says after they reported the matter to the district education office, they have paid deaf ears to their cry. Ukelo further revealed that some of his village members are appealing for transparency of using UPE funds.
Lemuketu meeting enu waluongu meeting ni ai ore fare okupero chel ma corona mondo pi orario meeting ubedu pe school enu lempa government ebedu kamonda sui school ni ai echa itundi ore fare okupero odek meeting upe majuluo eni gire pe kuma oketu wabedu kanenia school moedo ngechedho marach kom head teacher moe pirango e chopulu ngoni luongo AGM e oketu watimu mobilization giwa chalo juru nyodu ketu team enu mako wabin i meeting enu kumeni wekaro wakabuo winch ango school peko ango mutie school ubero ango mutie school endundu immobilization mobedo katemi kindwa giwa chalo juru nyodu omako wabini school enu meeting mako temire andale mbenu tusibang DO binu en ko komen ne anda pirango ma meeting obetimirengo ka kumeni dong lambeni juke bet penju wecha ukelu DO ka dong meeting eni ubetimre eni to pa DO manwango dong wan chalo juru nyodu wo ko par mane omako no bin school eni ni joku ni fongu do office eni bedu pe pirango school to ngoni wotu mumba ma meeting upe pirango eni nyudnia school mua ichana primary school ubechi podu donga poda eni lema bit muketu meeting na tin walungu makutin wabino wechi ye karachelo utie kumeni.
In response, Chana Primary School head teacher Victor Kura apologized for the delay to hold AGM meeting, noting that COVID-19 pandemic disrupted many activities in the country. He refuted the claim of parents that he embezzled the fund, but said he used the fund for the construction of latrines and renovation of classroom blocks at the school.
I was transferred to this school in 2020. How we had started the term one, the whole country was that jeopardy of corona. So we started for 1 month, then the schools were closed. The entire 2020, the school did not continue education. Now, secondly, 2021 we opened halfway. The concentration was on P5, P6, P7 until 2022, early March there, the candidates searched for their appeal in the first year. That was when partial I was in this school. Now 2022, we resumed fully. That was a year now we were supposed to organize AGM, but towards the end of the year, I got accident. October, very serious accident. So they decided to now continue and complete the school that year. So AGM failed. Then last year, due to some financial constraints, parents could not contribute fully. So we had some delays also from the government, leases. So we had a lot of financial hardship. That's why we could not continue to organize again AGM. So the complaint of the parents they delayed AGM. They delayed hardly when we were almost closing the term. So we sat together with the school management committee, proposed that we would have the AGM during the holidays. So it delayed. Of course, funds were a problem where we work. There was challenge with funds. Until now, this time, we are now organizing it today. We got some grants, some money for some lenders. That's why we are organizing today.
For over decades, Shana Primary School has been struggling with the poor structures as some learners sit on the floor. Coupled with the current nature of the school, many parents prefer taking their children to the nearby schools like Jupumoshum, Avono, Pagisi, among others. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. During the celebration of the 28th anniversary of Nebi Catholic Diocese, the Bishop of Nebi Catholic Diocese, Right Reverend Raphael Poniwokorach, has advised the Christians in Greater Nebi to seek for spiritual guidance during the 40 days of the Lent period. This celebration is a milestone for the preparation of the diocese to emanate the 2024 Namugongo Martyrs Day. Alfred Jawok reports.
According to the bishop, today's celebration is a milestone for the preparation for the diocese to animate 2024 Namugongo Martyrs Day. The bishop made this call this afternoon during the 28th anniversary and fundraising drive to raise funds to support the diocese as well. According to the bishop, God-fearing Christians always deliver what their God wants.
For prayer, that everything that is an obstacle on our way of faith, let us say, get behind me. Let the path be clear. Let the path be clear. Jesus has come to clear this path of growth of faith. He has done it with Peter. He has done it with other holy men and women also throughout the history. And you can even say that the life of the Uganda martyrs is a silent way of saying, get behind me, Satan. If you are obstructing me to witness to the faith in Jesus Christ. Let it be clear, this is our prayer. This, I believe, is what God is calling us to fulfill in our lives.
In the same event, Reverend Father Monsignor Jackson Usiga, the Vicar General Nebi Catholic Diocese, advised the Christians to use this Lent period to draw closer to God. Usiga expressed worry over rampant cases of people who misuse the Holy Cross to cause disunity among the community as prayer warriors.
Schools, we pray dearly that those who are in our schools watch out. Let us not make our children be confused by people who come and show that they are more religious than us. We watch out, otherwise they will confuse many of our Christians for that thing, especially with articles. I think also can be a recommendation to the priests, especially the parish priests and the curates, that where these articles are being sold, or those who sell these articles in our parishes, if they are Catholics, they should be recommended by you. They should be recommended by you. Otherwise, some of those articles, they are not of our faith. They are not of our religion.
Gabriel Okumu, Okoro County Member of Parliament, appealed to Christians to support the Namugongo mission that will be on 3rd June 2024. Okumu applauded Jangokoro Parish for their full support given to animate the Holy Mass during this year's Nebi Catholic Diocese. He said government is committed to extend services to grassroots and called upon clergies to preach against disunity as they interact with their Christians in their churches.
The Catholic Diocese is celebrating 28th anniversary. And this year in particular is remarkable because the Episcopal Conference of the Catholic Church also elected the Catholic Diocese to animate the June 3rd Uganda Matter celebration in Namugongo. This today, the diocese was mainly visiting its level of preparation to animate Namugongo. And here, for us, we decided to come here today, particularly myself, because Christ was brought nearer to the Christians. And also, the Catholic Diocese is taking the lead in the health of the Christian. We have Nyapeya Hospital, we have Angan, and other health centers, which was begun by the diocese or under the stewardship of the diocese. We have the schools, we have other institutions like vocational institutions. So in brief, Nebi Catholic Diocese is in partnership with the government to serve the people in a better way.
Jangokoro Parish was established in 2017 by Right Reverend Sanctus Lino Wanok, the former Bishop of Nebi Catholic Diocese. It was carved out of the Holy Family Parish Nyapeya, and it has 4 zones, 15 chapels, and 124 small Christian communities. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, the administration of Moyo General Hospital has warned the public in the district to stop approaching the hospital administration requesting for the hospital ambulance for transporting dead bodies, saying the use of the ambulance for transporting dead bodies has been banned with immediate effect. This warning was issued by Mr. Bessie Bernard, the senior hospital administrator at Moyo General Hospital. Take a look.
Most people in the district have been using the hospital ambulance for transporting the bodies of their loved ones to their homes since the district as a whole lacks other organized transport means for transporting dead bodies. Mr. Bessie Bernard, the senior hospital administrator, Moyo General Hospital, said they have been directed by the Ministry of Health to stop using the hospital ambulance for transporting dead bodies, or the ambulance will be withdrawn. He therefore urged the public to devise other means of transporting the dead bodies of their beloved ones, saying from henceforth the use of the hospital ambulance for transporting dead bodies are stopped.
The Ministry of Health has sent a very strong warning about ambulances being used as a means of transport to take dead bodies. And they have actually, the Ministry of Health has actually threatened to withdraw these ambulances from the hospitals that use the ambulances for transporting dead bodies. We will not allow the few ambulances that we have to be retrieved because of failing dead bodies, because it will be a great disturbance to our people if we lose ambulances because we are using them for transporting dead bodies. In our region, I know it is very difficult because we do not have funeral services. But I think it is high time our business people talk about opening funeral services here, so that they can help our people when people pass on. There are alternatives apart from the ambulances. So we have stopped using the hospital ambulance for filling dead bodies, and we ask the public to understand us, because if we continue to do that, we'll end up losing these ambulances and we'll have nothing to save lives.
Mr. Adnan Omar, a resident of Lefori sub-county, said if the government stops the use of the hospital ambulance for transporting dead bodies, it will cause a lot of problems for the public, not only in Moyo alone, but all over the country, especially for the poor people. It will be a problem for them to look for other means to transport the bodies of their loved ones home. He requests the government to instead increase the number of ambulances in the hospital rather than stopping the use of the ambulance for transporting dead bodies, saying the directive should only take place in developed places, not in undeveloped places.
Overo jara matamori yoma morizo dara dama jiangoni litikengo mani okpo kengo duchiri Uganda de amandara gai kare arega yamano de akusai kola yesu gamata sakite chuira de kora vai de bena jeni kola enough asa ni kala ke konyero da ke oliku because amori ama votu kuru kare stiri votura e kombe ara kare ni mbisi kola e kombe kare ne asa ni ko e kombe kare of kare no lo jorisi.
Mrs. Mania Rose, a resident of Metu, said she is saddened by the news that the hospital ambulance has been banned from transporting dead bodies, saying this is going to give the people a lot of hardship, but requests the government to provide other means of transport for transporting the dead bodies, and only request the relatives to provide fuel instead of stopping the use of the ambulance completely.
Kitiato mafuli erikade garu isio kemana asila samsa asila zakwerade duka apia lentini diaru kolo maiti ajijoko kola aware ka ba li diaria odisi asila za garu amana amazi tidene kata yesu diaru jama bodani diaru kurkuruma mutukari yesu jileni pediri daga meti kamai ikonye ngoni kaya mane motukari endu zita atija maiti atija wa le ramala mane diaru misule asila za kwara mane ntarede.
Honorable Batio Joyce Udu, the Secretary for Health, Moyo District Local Government, said the Ministry of Health has directed that the ambulance should strictly be used for transporting patients, not dead bodies, and therefore request the hospital administration to engage the community in sensitization on the policy saying she is aware this will affect the people so much because most of the people in the district are vulnerable, and implore the business owners in the district to improvise a means of transporting dead bodies.
Ambulance should strictly be used to ferry patients or to handle emergency cases, but not to be used to ferry dead bodies. So now, as the Secretary for Health, from the Office of Health Wife, I'm requesting the hospital administrator, the administration generally, to carry on sensitization. The community should be sensitized about this new policy that has been sent by the Ministry of Health, so that our communities are aware that the ambulances that we have in the hospital is being restricted strictly to what? To ferry patients, but not the dead bodies. And I know it's really very absurd, because I know the community where we live, most of us are vulnerable. There are times our community cannot afford even to take home their loved ones whose lives are gone. And the ambulance has been rendering the services so much. It has been helping the community. I know as a community we are going to feel a very big gap, but also let's try to take it into aspects. The life of the patients who needs the services of the ambulance, also the person whose life is gone, that also needs the services of the ambulance.
The Ministry of Health on 29th November 2023, through the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry, Dr. Diana Atwine, banned the use of government ambulance for transporting dead bodies during the handover of 116 Type B ambulance to various constituencies in the country at the ministry headquarters in Kampala. It's from this background that the ministry issued a warning letter to Moyo General Hospital against using the government ambulance for transporting dead bodies, saying the hospital risks the ambulance being withdrawn should it continue to be used for transporting dead bodies. I'm Dominic Anthony Okumu for West Nile TV.
And with that, viewer, that marks the end of the NILE Cast, only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILE Cast to the end of the NILE Cast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that will follow. My name's Okumiringa Christine. Have a good evening.